So these days, we see that individuals are mindlessly following the hustle culture, which always leaves a person exhausted.
You are a slave in that sense, a follower of the crowd. Or I'm trying to hustle ahead of others. And I believe that all of us are moving in the right direction because it's all of us who are moving in that direction. That is mindless, no? You must work very, very hard, but before that, you must ask, what am I working for? Do we know what value means? Do we know what is it to have a fulfilling day? That is the problem with the hustle culture. If the fish works very, very hard to make a highway to the desert, what kind of hard work is that?
So, my name is Naman. So, my question is regarding hustle culture. So, these days we see that individuals are mindlessly following the hustle culture and chasing goals and is always on the run, which always leave one exhaust, which always leaves a person exhausted and empty, and they are just mindlessly roaming without any direction. So, how can a person who is into this hustle culture can get clarity and a deeper sense of direction in his life?
No, hustling is a nice thing. Someone who is thirsty must rush towards water. So, rushing, elbowing, pushing, all that is all right. This instinctive and active display of desire and ambition is all right, provided you know what is it that you must rush to. The restlessness, the eagerness that characterizes a hustler are all wonderful, provided there is some essence to that. I'm moving in a direction without knowing who I am, what I need, and what that direction holds for me. That is insane, no? Or I'm trying to hustle ahead of others. And I believe that all of us are moving in the right direction because it's all of us who are moving in that direction. That is mindless, no? I'm speeding ahead of a crowd. Yes, but I'm still moving in the same direction as the crowd. The crowd is what is determining my direction. In that sense, the crowd is already ahead of me. So even if I have sped ahead of the crowd is inwardly ahead of me. The crowd is determining my direction. Everybody should hustle. You should be eager to put in 12 hours, 15 hours, 18 hours a day. You should never sit still till you are honestly satisfied. You have added value to your day. But then, do we know what value means? Do we know what is it to have a fulfilling day? That is the problem with the hustle culture. You seem to be competing against the crowd. but you are actually being led by the crowd. You are a slave in that sense, a follower of the crowd. You have no inward light. You have no inner locus of control. All that you call as inner is actually an import from some outer place. Place, time, situations. They have been sucked in to fill the inner hollow. Words of others, celebrity advices, temporal trends. That's what has become your core. And driven by such an inauthentic and borrowed core, you are trying to get ahead of others. How will you get ahead of others? The others have already invaded you and captured you. So much so that they are now sitting in your capital. No? France was considered one, World War II, when Paris was one. And more Russian territory, in fact, compared to the French territory, Hitler managed to win several times more the Russian territory, yet Russia was never considered one because Hitler failed in capturing the capital, Moscow. Your capital has been invaded and occupied. Your very sense of the self, the capital that determines everything about you. Our very sense of the self comes from the world, from random situations, from trends, from cultures, from unexamined concepts and beliefs. And it is from that center, such a shaky and false center, that we want to compete and be ambitious and win the race. We are shouldering others, elbowing others, pushing them, gate crashing, doing everything possible, and it often looks quite attractive, even heroic. But what if all of this is coming from a false center? If the capital has been captured, the entire country has been captured. No? You did not find the Brits occupying every small village of India. And India had millions of villages. The British didn't care to occupy each single one of them, or did they? They were sitting there, right atop the capital, and occupying the capital suffices. Your heart has been captured by very lowly forces. Now, it doesn't matter whether you hustle or you bustle, the country is gone. You are the country. But in itself, energetic, vigorous activity from a young person is wonderful. We must see more of that. That fire within is a lovely thing to have, provided it's an original fire. If you spend a day and forget you haven't had meals because you were totally immersed, marinating in something you love, it's a day well spent. If you can work for something very, very energetically without counting what it gives you in return, it's fiery youth, lovely to watch. But then, where is the originality? Where is the mirror? Hmm? You must work very, very hard, but before that, you must ask, what am I working for? And who am I to work for this? If the fish works very, very hard to make a highway to the desert, what kind of hard work is that?
Thank you, Acharya Ji, for giving me a direction and think and answer.
Welcome.